Welcome to All Things Fashion Show, streaming live from Media to Africa. Are you a fashion designer? Are you smart, creative, adventurous, a fashion entrepreneur, trendsetter? We bring you the best in photography, modeling, content creating, art, and music. Then join Ruth in All Things Fashion.
Welcome, beautiful people, to All Things Fashion Show, DMV's very first fashion show. So we thank you and we welcome you today on this other episode of this amazing show. I am in the show today with this beautiful guest. She is an international award-winning artist. People, let's welcome this beautiful woman today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And we are not forgetting our sponsors. Our sponsors for All Things Fashion Show and Media to Africa. It is no other person but Freddie and Sons Roofing. Freddie and Sons Roofing is always there for you with your roofing problems, your siding problems. Let's go for a quick commercial shot on how you can know the importance and how you can truly enjoy Freddie and Sons.
Specializes in roofing, siding, and gutters. We serve the entire DMV area and have 15 plus years of construction experience. We're currently offering free complimentary roof inspections for all Media to Africa supporters. We'll inspect your roof and give you an estimate all on the same day. Depending on the condition of your roof, you may be eligible for a replacement covered by your insurance company. So if your home has been affected by wind or hail damage, we're able to have your home insurance involved to get your roof costs covered.
Thank you, Freddie and Sons, for being a proud sponsor of All Things Fashion Show. So now you know who to call in case you have a roofing problem and a siding problem. Remember, the number is right down below. Call that number and get your roofing problems and siding problems all solved. And thank you, Freddie and Sons, for being a proud sponsor of All Things Fashion Show. Let's move back to our guest. Let's talk about the outfit. You are looking beautiful. I love the hat. I love the outfit. And thank you for gracing our presence in the show today.
Thank you.
Great. So, who is Shiri Achu? You guys have seen her paintings. For those who haven't seen, just chill. Trust me, you will be amazed by the beautiful masterpiece we're going to be showing you today. So stay put. Please share this on every social media platform. You can share it on Facebook, Twitter, everything. Please share it. We have the social media at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. People, please, as you're watching, you're sharing, and also ask us questions because we will be looking at it and answer your questions. So let's move back to our beautiful guest on the show. Who is Shiri Achu?
Shiri Achu. Oh, that's a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I'm an artist.
Yes.
So I am from Cameroon.
Yep.
I was born in Cameroon and we moved to England when I was 9 years old. And we lived there for many, many years before started traveling, and now I'm living in the United States.
Wow.
But I've always gone back to Cameroon. I traveled all over the place. I love traveling and getting new experiences. And I love home so much that I go, I'm inspired, and then I come back and I paint.
Right, that is beautiful. So she taps her inspiration from home, the motherland. So Shiri, you are known for capturing the spirit of a subject that you paint. What do you think of African spirituality in art, and what is the part of spirituality that you're bringing into your art?
Okay, so I'll start off by sort of my experience living in the States, in Cameroon, in England. Sorry. When I was in England, I realized that people didn't quite know the culture. Like it was interesting for me to be merged, and they would look at us and think we're strange. But I wanted to show people, because I was so proud of where I come from and being who I am, that I wanted people to start seeing, Cameroon culture, and it transferred to not only Cameroon. I wanted to show people Nigeria culture and Kenyans, and because I realized in England that people only knew the Maasai. The Maasai is beautiful, yes. You have the Mombasa, which has the beautiful beaches, and a lot of Europeans go there because of the beaches.
Right.
But they didn't really know anything else. They only knew the Maasai. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to show you my culture, you know. So I started painting, and I wanted to teach them, somehow educate them about, you know, the beautiful African cloth.
Yes.
You know, the food, the way that we you know, even some of the names. I wanted to introduce something so that so they become a little bit more familiar with our culture. So I tried to, and not, you see, whilst I'm Cameroon and I'm very proud of being Cameroon and I show this everywhere, I also think the other cultures within Africa is also beautiful.
Yes,
like
they're very beautiful.
Yes, so I went to Kenya, I love the Maasai. I went to Nigeria, I love the Yorubas and Nigerians.
Yes.
I have a lot of Nigerian friends. So I also wanted to showcase that, you know, my dream, my ultimate wish would be to travel all around Africa and pick up the essence of each particular and then paint that, you know. So far I've done that with the countries that I've been to. But I would love to be able to do that for all the African countries, you know. So that's, you know, there's so much beauty in Africa that I want to just show that everywhere. Yes.
That is good. It's the power in that land. It's just the beauty, the diversity, the food, the culture, the dance. It has so much power, and that is the core of Africa. And that's where, when we march out of Africa into the Western world, we carry that with us. We bring that and show other people that this is who we are. This is our birthright, and this is the spirit of Africa. And I'm so proud of you for just going out there and telling them, yes, this is us, and you have to accept it and love it. That's so beautiful. I love that, sweetie. And an object that you paint becomes a subject. You bring it to life. How do you proceed to achieving that transformation? How do you bring that Ankara, that Achu, that vibrant energy from Africa into life, that even Africans themselves see it and they wonder? They're like, I see this thing every day, but why do you scream at me like, this is important? This is not just something you wake up and see it and get used to. No, this is something you wake up, you see it, you carry it, and you match with you. So how did you transform all that energy into real life?
Oh, wow. That's a very good question. I think it's because I'm just so passionate about conveying the message.
Yes.
That I will do what I have to do, and you know, if I don't have to sleep in order to do something, I will do. You know, I wouldn't sleep.
Right.
So it's a case of I'm so passionate in trying to convey what I'm trying to, you know, project.
Yes.
That I will find the best medium. I'll test out a few things. I will say, okay, let me paint it and see. Then I'll say, no, let me try a different way. Because the whole essence is to try to captivate the audience.
Yes.
You know, so I've tried several ways to be able to do that. And somehow, you know, when you place, like the painting, which, you know, you will see shortly, I think, it's, you know, it's when you place certain things on, it actually draws the audience more.
Yes.
So I've learned to be able to do that. And I love working with my hands, not just painting. I also love, you know, using plaster of Paris and applying layers.
Yes.
I love applying fabrics. I love making the mixed medium of not just the simple painting. So it gives it a three-dimensional feel, which, you know, again helps to elevate and it helps to captivate the audience.
That is good. That is good. That is good. So your painting showcased the culture, the beautiful simplicity of Africa, of Cameroon as a power nation. It just shows every power in that country and every power in that nation of Africa. So we will be bringing our first exhibition. Your first, or the one we are going to bring to the audience today. So let's bring exhibit 1, which I am super, super excited about it. Oh, the lady in the, look at that. Look at that painting. It is amazing. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's get into this, because that hair wrap. It's a grass field loincloth. It's something we use at home. But she is wrapped, it is wrapped around her hair so beautifully, and she have a beautiful ring on her finger. So now, when the woman wrapped that cloth on her hair, what is the symbol behind that? What is the symbol?
So this painting, I'll just start with the painting being inspired by Badu. You know, it's Badu, and she's a very centric. You know, she draws her. You know, she's a very powerful woman, very proud.
Yeah.
And this painting is actually a cover of her album, of one of her previous album, but it had like a regular cloth.
Yes.
Now she has traced her roots to Cameroon.
Ooh.
And that's the reason why I decided to do the painting, and I replaced the old cloth with the new cloth, because this is now, that album was called Next Lifetime. So this painting is called This Lifetime. Because she has found her roots.
Yes.
You know, this is her heritage now. This Bamenda rap.
Yes.
So, you know, and I wanted it to be really, it's also almost like the way she has it in the album cover.
Yeah.
But, you know, by replacing it, and, you know, it's just so elegant and so bold, and so I am fierce and powerful. You know, it's just an amazing. I mean, being able to rap I've never been able to do this high, but
that is really beautiful, because I mean, I have seen even Americans wrap their hair like that.
Yes.
They are beginning to embrace who they are. They are beginning to accept where they come from.
Yes.
And that is the most beautiful thing about culture, because it stretch out and people begin to tap from it. And that is the power of that, and that's the power of that painting.
Yeah.
And just looking at the painting, I'm seeing a woman with authority.
Oh, yes.
With power.
Oh, yes.
A woman that has faced so many difficulties, but yet she stands.
Yes.
She stands.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
what gives me the joy, and that's
Yes.
what gives me the power, that I can get that paint and put in my house and wake up every day and say, I see a woman just like me.
Yes.
And that is good. That is good. That is good. Put us on that one. I am super excited about that paint. So let's go to the next, our next exhibit, which is, I'm not going to spill that surprise for you. Oh my God, that is so gorgeous. Look at that achu. Look at that. That is my traditional meal I'm staring at, and it looks so different. I feel like putting it on my own war now. So let's talk about this achu. I know it because I grew eating this food.
Yeah.
It is an amazing delicacy.
Yes.
But somebody that has never seen this food, somebody that have never tasted this food, what will you tell them? Like, what is this?
What is this?
Yes.
So first of all, I think achu is actually an acquired taste.
Okay.
I don't think it's something that everybody typically just loves. But
Right.
when you love it,
Ah!
you love it. Like so achu is cocoyams.
Yeah.
The outside is the cocoyams pounded,
Yes.
typically in a mortar.
Yes.
They're pounding in a mortar. And then you place it on either a plate, or this painting is actually on the leaf.
Yeah.
I went home and I saw it on the leaf.
Oh my
So I wanted to do the most traditional way on the leaf.
Right.
And then you put a hole in the middle.
Right.
And then you get the yellow soup, which is palm oil, and, you know, all the
Oh my God.
obstacles.
All
That's
the
it.
meat.
All the meat.
And the fish.
garden egg and
Oh.
the fish. And, you know, and then you put that in the middle
my
with
God.
pepper. The red is the pepper. And then in small jama, which is the vegetables on the
Yes.
corner. So that is the meal. So it's cocoyams and the yellow soup, which is, you know, palm oil,
Yes.
typically. And
Yes.
kangwa and other things.
All right. Why achu? Cameroon have beautiful. You see how joyful we get just talking about food.
Yeah.
African food. Cameroon food, to be precise.
Yeah.
Cameroon have a lot of beautiful delicacy.
Yes.
Why achu?
Achu is the most unique of them all to me.
Oh,
I think
yes, to you.
it's about, like, where have you seen yellow soup?
Oh, thank you. Tell them.
Where have you seen a meal that is yellow? You know, it's so unique.
Yes.
And then coupled with the fact that you have the cocoyams, which is white.
Yes.
You know, that contrast, the colors, they blend so well.
So wow.
It's such an interesting
Dish.
dish. Visually, and, you know, obviously on the mouth is very tasty.
Yes.
So it's something that I'd wanted to paint for many years, but eventually I'm going to do this painting, and I had to make it big.
Yeah. It is so beautiful, and the colors is so vibrating.
Yes.
Putting that in your house brightens up your house.
Yes.
And everybody that walks in is like, wow, this is intriguing. This is beautiful.
Yes.
This is art.
Yes.
So, for those people that we have enjoyed, they have enjoyed Achu. We know Achu. I will place Achu on my wall. What about somebody that don't know Achu? How will they get, they can eat it, but what will actually engage them to place another person's cultural meal to their wall?
That's an interesting question. So for example, when I had an exhibition I'll just go back and talk a little bit about placing other people's cultures on the walls.
Yes.
When I had an exhibition in Australia, I had people who bought paintings of the Bafokeng men wearing the traditional regalia and placing on the wall. So it's a case of accepting and enjoying other people's cultures and see the value in other people's culture. And obviously loving the composition of the painting and loving the painting itself, that you would want to buy it for your wall. So in the case of the Achu, you see, notice that I didn't paint it in a plate with, it's placed on the leaf.
Yes.
You would ask questions, but why is it on the leaf? It's painted in a way that is a little bit abstract, so that despite the fact that it's Achu, it's not so, it's painted in a way that it can be seen as art. The Jama is not right there.
It's not right there.
It's tastefully there. Like you have to look within to see, oh, that's the Jama. Oh, the one pepper is placed in a way that, so it's not just painting a meal just for, it's also creating some, an idea of the art, the way that it dropped, the one drop of the soup drops. It's also in a way to create an abstract art.
Yes.
But the Cameroonians would know it. I have people who have seen it in France who didn't understand what, she goes, oh, that looks like it. She gave me different reasons.
Yes.
Different, because she didn't know the
She
meal.
didn't know.
But, it's a little bit abstract as well, which you can, if you don't know the culture, you would want to perhaps just, oh, it's a beautiful image.
It's a beautiful image.
Yes. And then you go deeper and you start to understand what it is.
Good. And that's the reason for painting it.
Yes.
So people begin to ask questions.
Exactly.
People begin to get the knowledge of it.
Yes.
People begin to try it. I have tried different food out there because those people give that food a platform.
Yes.
Where we
In
can
Java.
yes.
In Java.
We eat.
Exactly.
We eat every
Yes.
food
Other
right now,
cultures,
especially in America. You
Yeah.
eat everything.
Yeah.
But because these people place this food on a platform where it can be introduced,
Yes.
it can be welcomed, and it can be tasted.
Yeah.
You like it, you come back, you embrace the culture.
Yeah.
That is how people expand and open their culture to other people, by inviting them through the most common means, like just eating their food.
Yes, exactly.
And which is beautiful. You did that painting, girl. I am super excited for that painting. So let's talk about our next paint. Our next paint is this beautiful, I'm not going to spell it for you guys. It's going to come up. Oh my God. These paintings are, look at those colors. Look at those colors. I am screaming in my body. Oh my God. Where is this? Look at those colors, girl.
Yes.
I am super happy. This is vibrating. So I see beautiful girls and Afro hairstyle, and they are just killing those masks.
Yes.
Like in different Ankara fabrics. I'm seeing a blue mixed with
Yes.
white. I'm seeing a yellow mixed with a purple green.
Yes.
Go! This is killing it. So tell us about that. Tell us why the Ankara instead of a regular mask.
Oh, again, because I want to do all things.
Yes.
I want to show
All things cultural.
all things cultural. So of course it's going to be the African mask.
It have to be the cultural way.
Yes. And of course it was inspired by the whole pandemic, and and I just wanted to create something. And actually there's a series of these with different colors, like the backgrounds. I was inspired by one painting that I'd seen, and I wanted to do this with different colors. So people, actually last year I was doing them as a card, so people can send to their loved ones as they check in,
Right.
Check in with their loved ones. So this was something that I wanted to do, and now it's in the form of an art.
That is very beautiful. I really do love the fact that the Afro, you would have chose a random a person out there, but you chose a girl in Afro
yes.
that represent us, that
Yes.
represent where we come from.
Yes.
And that's like the beauty of that
Yes.
art, because Yes, it is a pandemic. Yes, we are wearing masks. Yes, it is a difficult situation that we all are experiencing, but we all are gals. We all are present, and we all are carrying this like sisters,
Yes.
sisterhood
Yes.
moving forward.
Yes.
And that is what I really love about that. So let's, we will be going on a quick commercial break. Again, I will introduce you our proud sponsor, Freddie and Sons Roofing, coming up.
Freddie and Son Roofing is a family-owned company that specializes in roofing, siding, and gutters. We serve the entire DMV area and have 15 plus years of construction experience. We're currently offering free complimentary roof inspections for all Media to Africa supporters. We'll inspect your roof and give you an estimate all on the same day. Depending on the condition of your roof, you may be eligible for a replacement covered by your insurance company. So if your home has been affected by wind or hail damage, we're able to have your home insurance involved to get your roof costs covered. Freddie and Son Roofing is a family-owned company.
Hello, hello, welcome back to All Things Fashion Show. We still have a beautiful, beautiful guest on the show, and I just want to thank Freddie and Sons again for being a proud sponsor to All Things Fashion Show. People, please, if you're watching the share on every platform. We are receiving comments. We'll be checking them out in a few bits. Share on your Facebook, share on your Instagram, just share so everybody can enjoy this beautiful cultural show display in the Western world that we are doing right now. So let's go back to our guest. We have this last exhibit that it is very important, especially with the pandemic that came up. A man, an elderly man putting on a mask. And we know that during this period, it has been a very devastating for some families that actually lost their elderly ones. And what it says on the mask is say, keep the faith. Keep the faith. And oh my God, this is a beautiful painting. The hair, the color of the skin, the eyes are showing so much hope, screaming hope in the eyes. I like that. It's like bright and bold. So Sheree, tell us about this painting. There's so much I want to say about this painting, but tell us about this painting.
So I wanted to represent various people who have been affected by the pandemic.
Right.
So he, of course, is one person that is mostly,
Right.
the elderly, the very, affected by the pandemic. And keeping the faith. Again, this was actually inspired by Joe Biden's slogan. This is painted typically around when he was being elected, because, I'm a devout Christian, and keeping the faith is important to me, and I go by faith. In fact, I'm wearing my faith bracelet right here.
Right.
So faith and keeping the faith is important. So, and I felt important to place that on an elderly person.
Right.
So that's the reason why I painted that. And again, it was created as cards to send to people.
Yes.
As a please, things will get better.
Yes.
Keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
This whole thing will pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful, and I just love that painting came during the time of a situation like this, and the post idea was amazing. That you had to send out to people, and they have to keep it and see that over and over again. That was a beautiful idea. So let's go. You have done so many exhibitions. Your exhibition has blown from one country of London to one country of Jamaica to every land in this world, girl. You are striving.
Not quite yet. I've still got many places to go. Many.
So it is your first exhibition. You have done so many, but I think that first, it's like you getting in with a baby foot. You getting in with the experience you had at the time, and you went in still because you gave that bold step, and you are still doing the next exhibition, from next exhibition to next exhibition, and your previous exhibition, which was the 41 imprint, just held
online.
Online was virtual because of the pandemic situation again. It had to be. You had to hold it online, which I watched. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Those girls that you brought in to actually do the talking were amazing. Sister Gwen and Sister Dee talks. They were spectacular, and I respect those women. So through all your 35 imprint first solo, right down to your 41 imprint, what are those achieving moments? Because through that process, I would say 6 years process, you have gained experience.
Yes.
You have put your foot on platforms. You have
Yeah.
been on magazines.
Yeah.
You have been in top high rank places, and those experience grow.
Yeah.
So what are your achievements, and what are your drawbacks, your difficulties that you faced during that time?
Okay. So I will start by actually my first great achievement
Yeah.
was realizing how I should move my art. So for my very first exhibition, which was the 30th Act, the
Right.
very first ever
Right.
exhibition, I realized that people loved my work, but it were too big. And it was too expensive. Like the originals are so big and so expensive that people, I think I maybe made like 4 sales the entire exhibition, and whilst everyone was saying they loved my work. So
Right.
so from that moment, I learned that okay, people, if you love my work and I make them smaller in print, so they're more manageable,
Right.
they are more affordable,
Right.
then you will buy them more. And behold, that's when I started 35 in print. So 35 in print started because I learned
Yes.
that, make them easier to manage, make them
Yes.
smaller, affordable.
Yes.
And then and that's how I started traveling from city to city as well. Because now if they're in print, it's easier to go to Jamaica, to
Right.
Australia, to this and this. And that's how I started the in-print series.
Right.
That is the whole essence of that's how 35 in print started. In London. Then I did 36 in print in DC.
Right.
Then 37 in print in Australia, 38
Right.
in print Jamaica, 39 in print Toronto. And then I went back to England to the very same building that I had my very first exhibition for my 10th anniversary.
Yes.
And then back to 41 in print, which was the online version. So that was for me a great achievement.
Yes.
To have realized that early on, to know that okay, this is what I should do in order to progress, and in order for me, it's not necessarily making huge. Yes, money is good.
It is.
For me, it's about the number of people who see my work, are influenced by my work, and who want to own their work. And for me, I get so much joy when someone in Australia has Bafuchu people in their house. People come in and they see where's that culture. When I in Jamaica, when they say, "Oh, this is a bit," it's for me that is what brings me. It's not the money. It's for me that's the joy. When I'm able to inspire others to love the culture and then want to travel.
Yes.
Want to go and see it eventually. Yep. And again, it's not just the Cameroon. It could be Nigeria. It could be because Africa is not just Cameroon.
It's not.
It's the culture is just too vast and too beautiful.
Yes.
So whilst I do the Cameroon, I also paint the Maasai. I have paintings of the Maasai. I have paintings of Yoruba people.
Yep.
So it's a case of okay, pick one. And I have people who write in my book at the end of exhibitions that wow, you have inspired me to travel to Africa, and I go yes,
that's the main goal.
Exactly,
that was why I did this.
Exactly. So apart from that, I've met Angie Stone, and she has one of my paintings. She says she has it right straight up center stage in her house, and So I love it when celebrities also love my work,
yes.
and they sing about it, and
yes.
And hopefully they spread
the message.
Yes,
they spread the message. It goes out there. That's the main cause of this. For that message to leave home and get to where it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Get to the people that really want that message, because there are people out there that really, really, really just want to expand their knowledge, expand their diet, expand their language, expand the people.
Yep.
And they are like, where should I start?
Yeah.
But when these images, when these prints, when all this art reach out to them, they're like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is where I want to be at this time. This is the knowledge I want to get in.
Yes.
And that is what we want, bringing people back to our grassroots.
Exactly.
That is beautiful.
Exactly.
So we have this beautiful question.
Yes.
So somebody asked us, and they wanted to know. So they say people like to visit museums and art exhibitions. Right. You being a professional in this game, you've been in this game for a long time. What will you advise them to do? Is there a difference just watching it like we are watching it now, watching the show and watching the acts on the show, or just visiting these museums or visiting this art exhibition to actually get the story behind each Art.
Keep this one on. Let me talk about it.
All right.
To answer your question.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see this painting,
Yeah.
right? But
Yes.
if you were seeing it in an exhibition, you see everything is a bit flat.
Yes.
Now, if this was in an exhibition and you're walking around, you will see that this is actually plaster of Paris. It's elevated. The hair
Yes.
is three-dimensional. You'd almost want to touch it like it's actually an Afro hair.
Yes.
So you don't experience it, again, like with other arts. You don't experience it with the fabrics, for example. You wouldn't experience it the way that you would if you were standing in it. You would want to go. Of course, they'll tell you you shouldn't.
You
touch
can't
it. You're
touch.
not meant to touch. But you know, it draws you in.
It
Like you
draws
can
you
understand. You
in.
can look at the colors. You know,
Look at the-
yeah. When you go to exhibitions, it's completely different story. You know, in order to really appreciate, you know, and really enjoy the art, it's always a good thing to go for exhibitions and actually see, you know, the work.
The work.
Yeah.
The work in
Yes,
person.
in person.
Just looking at the colors, the bright behind her hair, I feel like I can reach. I feel
Yeah.
like there's a whole way your hand can actually
Yes.
go through it
Yes,
and touch.
exactly.
This is
Yeah.
so beautiful, and it revives every energy. I just think it's the best idea for us to just go to museums and
Yes.
go to exhibition arts
Yes.
and actually look at this painting
Yeah.
and grab that story, because the stories are in the painting. They are screaming at you. I am here, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am just like you. I am giving you an energy where you need today to regain yourself.
Yes.
That's the painting. So people will want to know, are you out to teach? They want to know, can you mentor them? Because all your art is they are masterpieces.
Thank you.
So they want to know how they can learn, because we have young talents out there, be it Cameroon or every African country looking at this. All of the thinking is in their mind is, I want to be that person. How can I be that person? Are you offering a tutorialship classes, or what are you doing right now?
So you know, about 3 years ago, without planning or without, I don't know how it happened. I guess it was God wanting me to do something. But
Yeah.
I had about 10 different people from Cameroon. I had a few in London, but there were many coming from Cameroon who were asking me to mentor them.
Yes.
And I did. I actually started a mentorship program, and I started mentoring them. I would give them work to do,
Yes.
and they'll come back and they'll show me, and I would sort of I'll give them some guidance as to how they can make it better.
Right.
You know, and the essence was that at the end of it, I was going to exhibit the work.
Yes.
But I think life happened. I got maybe a little bit overwhelmed because I had a lot of students, so I hadn't planned it well enough.
Yes.
But I need to bring that back, because there were
Yes.
young girls who were wanting to, and I was helping them. There were young boys and girls from Cameroon.
Yes.
And they wanted to really grow in this, and I still have their contacts, and I want to bring that back, but in a sustainable way, a way that I know that I'll be able to keep, you know, because it's difficult to manage 10 whilst working,
Right.
you know, and you know, fulfilling other duties, and I have a sale, I have an
Right.
exhibition, I have to prepare this and that, you know. So I need to be able to bring it back and be able to manage it in a much better way. But yes, I am open to it, because I think, you know, part of if what I truly say is about educating people and teaching people how to love the culture, and there are others who want to do this, then of course I must also guide others in order to do this. So because then, you know, there will be others who will take the culture beyond.
Right.
So it's something that I know that I must do in order to keep the culture going.
That is it. You have to, because girls are boys and talented young people out there looking at all this painting and looking at the different places you have placed this painting. That is wonderful. I saw your accolades and I dropped. Like, you know, when you see a successful person, you're just like, yeah, this person is successful. I saw your painting, and just give us a clue of where your paintings are right now. Like, just because I know, but I want to hear it from you.
You mean people who have owned my work, or
Yeah.
you mean galleries?
Like galleries and people that own your work, just random, just
Random people who, so I have an exhibition at the moment is it Lisbon? In Lisbon. That is an exhibition which has been there for years.
Yeah.
Then people who have, top of my head. The names have just gone.
And okay, I can the British actor.
James Faulkner.
Yes.
James Faulkner. Yes,
I actually saw the writing. That was
and it's amazing because that was the Bafokeng men.
Yes,
that was the Bafokeng men.
He was holding the Bafokeng. Yes, I was like, go take my culture to your home.
He had, because the ambassador had invited me to come and exhibit for the 20th of May.
Yeah.
And so he was there, and he chose that one. To purchase. I'm like, yes, that's good.
That's good.
Yes.
Represent.
Exactly.
Represent.
Exactly.
I am super happy to have you on today, Cheryl. So we want to ask you this very important question. What word do you have for young talent? Cameroonians seeing the vision, having the dream, wake up every day and striving. They want to be in your platform. They want to be. They want to place their act, the thing that they love in those different places. What word do you have for them?
Okay, so it's very important. First of all, if you have your passion, you must not give up on your passion. Because again, with your passion, you don't sleep. No, you will do it knowing that you're doing it with so much love and so much. There's a reason why you are given a passion. Yes. So you must never, relent with your passion. And Cameroonians work hard. So I shouldn't say, you have to work hard. It's something that is given for most Cameroonians. We work hard. So that is what you're going to have to do. And you cannot take no for an answer. You're going to have to work hard and, push it. And if you're writing to me and you're writing to anybody that you want to inspire, you don't just give up, after the person. You have to keep pushing. Yeah. Eventually the person will say, okay, this one is serious. Let me see what I can do.
Yes.
So when you have a passion, it's something a gift that God has given you. So you would typically be good at it.
Yes.
It's something that you wouldn't just be wanting to sing. I'm not like my sister. My sister is a singer.
Yeah. Oh, she is.
I'm not going to be wasting my time singing.
You're right.
Because that's not my gift.
That's not your gift.
So when you have the gift, it's something that God gave you. So typically you will be good at it. So you just have to build on it and build on it. And then, of course, getting the right people who would be able to get you to where you need to be.
Yeah.
And whilst doing it, you're having fun. It's what you're placed on this world to do.
Yes.
So yes, and if I want to be able to mentor as many people as in Cameroon and other places as I can. But I'm just gauging the best way for me to make it more sustainable. I travel to Cameroon often. In fact, I think hopefully I should be having an exhibition in Cameroon soon.
Right.
So I want to be able to do what I can to encourage as many young Cameroonians as possible. So please reach out if and we will get something that was more sustainable very soon.
Oh, great. You guys have had it all from the main source. She is open. She is willing to mentor, but you have to keep on pushing. Not one text and like, I want to be like you, and then you stay back and wait for her response after 2 months. Honey, push it till she's in her sleep. She wake up and say, no, there's a calling in this person. There is a calling in this person. And you all don't give up. Like she said, Cameroonians they have the true nature of working hard. It's just a real thing that we were gifted with. And all you have is to have that dream that God has blessed you in your heart with, and have the people that actually point the direction because they have been on the path that you're heading to, and don't give up. That alone, it's going to push you to your highest heights. So, Sheree, I want to ask, what are your 20, 40, 50 years goals for this art thing? Because you're going really high. We know that maybe you're going to skyrocket in some few time. But tell us.
Amen.
We still need to know that vision, that goal.
Yes, the goal. So the goal is typically, the Imprint series of exhibitions is to take Africa culture worldwide.
Yes.
So far I've done that to 5 cities because of then the pandemic and then the war. So I want to be, in fact, this year was meant to be Tokyo. It didn't happen. So at some point, I will do Tokyo. I will do other, the point is taking the Africa, so every year there will be, whether there is a pandemic or not, there will be an exhibition which will take our culture, my paintings, which are representative of the Africa culture, to these other places and to educate them. That is my overall aim. because if I do this to as many cities as I can, since I'm only one person and I
Right.
have other responsibilities, I'm not able to do 3 cities for a year. I
Right.
can only manage one because
Right.
it's a lot of work to take 42.
Right.
The next exhibition will be
Yes,
42
it's going to be
in
for the
print.
imprint.
So I need to have 42 pieces. You know, they have to be framed and they have to do the advertisement. We have to do this. There's a lot of work involved in having one exhibition.
Right.
So I cannot, as one person,
Do all
do
that.
this all the time. So every year. So even when I want that even when I'm gone, the imprint services are going to the next country.
Right.
Somehow someone is, doing it for me, because that is how the culture is spreading from city to city to city.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the goal.
Yes, that is the
So
goal.
this show being an all things fashion show,
Yes.
we cannot even finish without talking about what you're having on. So this outfit is fire.
Yay,
So
thank
what are you
you.
having on? And we see this beautiful African ring you have
Mhm.
on, and the little all the good stuff,
Yes.
all the good queen stuff. Let's talk about that.
My clutch. Well, yeah, this is bold, isn't it? Look. It's
Oh
bold.
wow.
Yes, I love this. My Africa ring, of course.
Yes. Queen
yes,
Mother.
Queen Mother. Yes. And this is the real
Yes, the real one.
one.
Yes.
You can smell the
You can-
Africa.
you can
I
get
can
it.
smell the Africa in this.
That's how addicted we are with
Yes,
Africa.
yes. And it's typically what the men would wear over their trousers.
Over the yes.
But I'm wearing it as a dress.
That's the
little
which is
bit-
good, and that's like a split fashion. That's
Yes,
what we're heading to. That's the
exactly.
direction we're heading to.
Exactly. So typically, I like to merge the Africa, to make it more modern. It's not a
Yes.
case of just, because the way that a lot of Cameroonians see the culture is like, oh, that's what Papa will wear. What
Yeah,
Mama will wear.
Mama will
I
wear.
want to bring it,
To
but
life.
make it modern. Make
Modern.
it exactly.
Make it
So I will
fashion.
put a little bit of, Togo here, or I'd wear a little bit of, something here, just because we could have braces in the Togo
Yes.
material. There's so many different ways to make this
Oh my
modern,
God.
not just on a man, Papa de my brother thing, And you
Yes.
can see the way that it's worn as a dress. It's nice.
It
you
is
know?
beautiful.
Yeah.
That is fashion. That is
Yeah.
the chic life.
Yes.
We're bringing that culture
Exactly.
to chic, bringing that culture to fashion.
Yes.
And that is what we all are here today. I want to thank you so very much for being present on All Things Fashion Show.
Yes.
And these people want to reach out to you. What platforms can they reach out to you?
So I am on Facebook.
Mhm.
Please go on the Shiri Atu Art capitalized, not the other one because So
Okay.
capital Shiri Atu Art, you find me there.
Mhm.
And then I'm also on Instagram and Twitter, but I'm not very active on those, unfortunately. So Facebook, Shiri Atu Art is the main one.
And the
also
website.
on LinkedIn, and the webpage, yes, is shiriatuart.com.
Okay, and the phone number is there. So it's right there, but you guys should visit the www.shiriatuact.com. I went there, I was there a few minutes ago, and it had amazing, amazing pieces. So go get those pieces, people. Go put our culture in your home and revive your energy with it. Revive your energy when you see Achu. It's not just that look at Achu. No, it's Achu that is alive, living in my living room.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about, bringing
Yes.
these paintings to life. I want to thank our viewers for watching. I thank you guys so much for logging in and keeping it consistently. And I thank you guys for always sharing on different platforms. Please share on Facebook, share on all the different platforms, and also leave comments down below. You can follow me on Instagram, All Things Fashion Host, being the host of All Things Fashion Show. All Things Fashion Host, one word. And you can also follow on Facebook, All Things Fashion Show. So I want to thank you all. I want to say next Saturday we're going to be bringing fire. More fire to your screen. This show was built for you all. It was built for the talent. Bring your talents to life through this show. This is the This is the best. I say this is the platform where every show, every talent is going to showcase. So DM me on my Facebook, All Things Fashion Show Facebook. DM me of your talent. If you want to bring your talent to show, if you have any talent that you want to broadcast it, DM me, because this show was created for you. Again, it is the very first DMV's fashion show. I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to say thank you to our proud sponsors, Freddie & Sons, for always backing us up and backing all our viewers out there. So if you're having a roofing problem, a siding problem, please, the number is going to be displayed down the screen. Call Freddie & Sons, and they will be there to give you a complimentary free roof inspections to all Media to Africa viewers, which is a very, very, very big deal. So reach out to them, and thank you for watching.
Welcome to All Things Fashion Show, streaming live from Media to Africa. Are you a fashion designer? Are you smart, creative, adventurous, a fashion entrepreneur, trendsetter? We bring you the best in photography, modeling, content creating, art, and music. Then join Ruth in All Things Fashion.